even though I have my room set up, I'll do 90% of my mixing in the headphones. And I think it's just important because 90% of y'all are only going to ever hear it in headphones. Yo, 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 yo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, yo? Here we are. We at NAMM 2025, day 3. It's your boy Wavy, and you can tell that I've been having fun. I've been talking a lot. I've been doing a lot, partying a lot. Man, NAMM is absolutely going crazy. But here we are at day 3. We're going to be looking for all the new microphones, maybe even some hardware, man, some new compressors, some new EQs. Let's see what they got in that analog world. So tap in. It's all about the front end today, baby. Let's get it.
Right. Who's that?
I don't know. You're Paul Wolf.
Oh no.
So I imagine it has.
Oh, this is mine.
I imagine it has something
Holy
to do
shit.
with you. Maybe your brother. Do you have a brother?
Well, I got convicted of designing audio in the '70s, and it's been a life sentence. So here's where I'm at.
Okay. Okay.
We're, we have two things. We have the only analog mixing console that does immersive in the world.
Wow.
I mean, and it is really cool.
That is cool.
Because the guys at Dolby and Sony, when you pan stuff around in your head, it does it in analog, and it's so cool to sit there and have that happen.
So how's that happen? Is there like Dolby panners on each of the channels?
This is set up. This has got, you come into the module, of course, you got 3 inputs, and they can all be put together at once, so you can sum 3 things together.
Okay.
Then it goes into a filter section that has like a tilt type EQ, and I don't know if you ever used one of those, but it's like turns the highs up, turns like this.
Yep. But I've never seen one of those on a console.
And well, that's why I put it there. And then you have a high and a low pass sweep filter. Now, one of the things that I learned from Bruce Swedien when he did all the Michael Jackson stuff, you know how much space that has and how much air that stuff has.
Yeah.
So he would use the filter stick to close in on things until he could hear it close in on them, then he'd pull them out a little bit. Okay. So in the mix, the piano sounded normal. If you soloed it, it sounded a little dull.
Right.
But it gives you all that extra real estate
that
you can put something else in there then,
Okay.
And then from there, you go to the insert. Now the insert is a regular insert, but it also has a blend. So every channel has an insert blend. So you can go dry, or you can do compressor, or you can do a side chain and blend the two.
Okay.
All right? And then from there, you go to the floor ceiling panner. So this is the bed.
Okay.
And this is height, quad in the ceiling. And then you have, down here, you've got pan left and right, or if you engage LCR, it's a left, center, right.
Yeah.
Then you can engage front, side, rear, so you can have side speakers. You can pan between them, and then you got rear speakers. So this is 7, this is 4, and then we have an LFE send that's by itself that you can send out to your subwoofer. Now the one thing they always ask you is they say, we want you to do an immersive mix and a stereo mix for the same price.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that look.
Yeah, yeah.
So with this, you have a stereo bus that's always connected to this panner.
Okay.
So if you have something in the height speakers, this panner still works. So you go from surround to stereo, and you set your levels. This is like a fader. You set the levels where you want it, just adjust it a little bit, adjust your panning when you're not changing your immersive mix.
Right.
And in 5 or 10 minutes, you've kind of trimmed it for stereo. So you go back to the immersive, you print the immersive, print stereo, you're done.
Nice. How does this work with like the Dolby renderer, with all the encoding and all that?
Well, what you do with the Dolby renderer is you snap each input to a speaker. So input 1 goes to left, input 2 goes to right, input 3 goes to center, input 4 goes to LFE, and then you do all your panning here. Yeah. So the end result, it still creates an object file, but the object file doesn't have any metadata, and the file's really small. So that's another thing that when you're trying to download on your phone, which never happens because the files are this big, you can actually download to your phone a lot easier.
Nice. What about automation?
We have fader automation, and the automation has displays on it that it can be used as a controller, because you can set the faders to 0 here, where the fader is now at 0. Now you can use this as a controller.
Okay.
So that's how we got that set.
I'm thinking like pan automation. You know, like especially with Dolby, we want to.
If you want to move stuff around, I mean, how many things do you typically move around in a mix? You know, maybe two or three. Right.
Yes.
So just do those with objects.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just do them in the renderer.
In the render, yeah. You go into the render and do that. Yeah. Okay.
And then you have this up here. If you want to do like wides or you want to do center ceiling, you can send out here and assign those as well.
Gotcha. So that's like I have something going in one place, but I also want to kind of also add it to the sides a little bit.
And the sides are nice because it gives you a wider stage. You know, which I really like when I listen to something with Atmos. It's nice because the band is in front of you, and then but the band is like it goes beyond the speakers a little bit, which is nice.
I'll do that to a lot of vocals too. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of the vocals off into the side.
Yeah, that's cool.
Open it up.
And the difference between center, phantom center, and real center is just dead on. It's exact. So you can't tell when you switch it in and out. You can't tell the difference. Then the monitoring section, you can do up to 24 speakers. So you've got your normal, this right here is a normal 9-1 bed. This is 6 up at the top, okay? But you've got your left wide, right wide, you got your left side, your right side, you got rear, and you got LCR in the front and LFE. Then you've got your ceiling speakers here, but if you're doing like Sony 360, the traditional gaming Sony 360, you got 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. You got floor, middle, and height.
Right.
So, but you've also got these extras if you want to do RO3D. You got 5-1, you got your 4 quad speakers, and then you have your voice of God speaker.
Man, you thought of everything, man.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
I love it. I love it.
And then this is a digital encoder, and all the gain is done with resistor ladders.
Yeah.
So there's no VCAs or anything in the monitor path. So the monitor path is pristine.
Okay.
So, and then you've got cues. If you want to record with it, you've also got cues.
And then you got the controls, your masters for each of the
and these would normally live up like this.
Yep.
But you've got, stereo, left, right. You got left, right, and stereo.
Yep.
You got center, LFE, mid surround, rear surround, front, and rear. And then these have masters that go in there.
Yeah, I love that. And you can easily just like trim the whole mix a little bit. Sometimes the Dolby mix might get a little loud.
Right.
And then
or you got to turn that bass player down a little bit.
Exactly. And I love it too. I'm seeing like you got the 500 series built right into.
Right.
Is that more for like front end and doing recording?
Whatever you want.
How can you access those during a mix?
They're just on a Patchbay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
So you just bring them in a Patchbay. Now the tone cards are in here. There's six tone cards in each one of these, and then stereos underneath here, and you can pick the flavor you want. Like if you want an API sound, or you want a 990 sound like Sunset Sound.
Yeah.
If you want ICs, if you want like a Neve sound, whatever, we can build those cards up any way you want them, and you put them in there. So that's how the console sounds.
Beautiful. I need one of these. How soon can you ship this out?
This one right here, I can sell you. You can take it with you.
All right. We'll talk. That way you don't have to pack it up and take it home.
Exactly. No, this is ready to go, and I can expand this. I can go to 48 or 64 because I have the buckets.
Okay, nice. So I also was looking on Instagram a few days ago, and I was seeing this software controlled Patchbay. You want to give me a little
let's
tour?
do that.
What's up, Jim?
Not much.
All right. So yeah, man, I see you got this digitally controlled Patchbay.
Right.
Relay based.
Right. You got the whole thing right there.
I got it. I understand. Right.
Right.
Because we've seen products similar to this on the market.
Sure.
What sets this one apart?
All right. So this one, well, to start with, it's 48 ends.
Yep.
On the back. It's 16 in and outs on the front and TT jacks.
Okay. That's different.
So and then it's got 4 channels of XLRs. They're the same as these 4 channels.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So with these TTs on the front, is this so that we could repatch physically instead of going into the?
No, it's actually to give you expansion into your other patch bays.
Got you.
So it helps you with when you're pulling all of your gear into the back of it, all of your effects racks. Yeah.
Yep.
It helps you to be able to patch into other channels, like on your console or on your DAW or something like that.
Okay.
You can see on this one over here, I have 3 microphones plugged into the front of it.
Yep.
That's just if you're in the control room, that's a fast way to get your mics into it.
Yep.
Nice. So that's the whole hardware.
That's the hardware is easy.
Right.
Now, where's the magic happening with the software?
So here's the software. So I set up an easy chain here of different things, and so what I have is I have 3 different microphones. So I can go. That's an SM7 right there. I'm going to say, let me hear my SM7. Let me hear my 57. Or let me hear my condenser. And then I have 2 mic preamps here, and I could say, well, how about this mic preamp with this microphone, or this mic preamp with this microphone, you know, so I can
you can just, instead of like doing a whole drag and drop and reconfiguring a new setup, you can easily turn them on and off with the touch of a button. And then, so it's like a preset chain that you, with your gear.
I just made that one, yeah. So then I have EQ and a compressor, so I can say, well, what if I put my compressor before my EQ instead of the other way around? Or I can, I can flip it
Or
back.
if I don't want to have the compressor, just turn it off.
Oh yeah, sure. Whoops.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just turned it off.
Sweet.
Not on purpose. Then I split off here. I wanted to hear just the output of the mic pre on the front panel, so I brought it out to the front panel so I could go somewhere else with it.
Yeah.
Without the compressor and the EQ and all that stuff. So now I've got 2 different outputs from that same mic pre going to different places.
Very nice. Sweet, man. So where is this already on the market?
This is on the market right now.
What's the price?
This is $9,000.
Okay.
This box, this is a like I said, 64 and 64.
Yeah. Do you have smaller or larger configurations?
We have smaller, but not larger.
Okay.
Smaller boxes are going to be 32 in, 32 out, or 16 in, 16 out.
Yep.
The 32 is actually sitting in the rack over there, but the 16 is not yet.
Okay.
We can't really go much larger. We run into a limitation of about. This is 1,500 relays. The next step up is 4,000. So it's like
you would need to take up a lot of rack space.
Yeah. We might, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one.
Okay. Right on, Jim. Thank you for sharing.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, most people wonder if they need to go and spend thousands of dollars on speakers, and my answer to them is no, you don't. I have, like I said earlier, I have a lot of time where I spend mixing Dolby Atmos in my headphones and my Apple AirBuds, the little one that's in my ear. Like, I'm doing a lot of work in those, and then I got the AirPod Maxes because, again, as a consumer, I'm like thinking, what's the final deliverable going to be? Like, I don't know anybody outside of engineers who has a Dolby Atmos setup. Right? We got the little Sonos soundbar, a few of us got that. But nobody's sitting there listening to music on it, right? So, but one thing that I'm really excited about recently is Mixn. Man, Mixn is in its 3rd year this year. It's like a Mixn party. Think about a big party of Mixn education. We do it in like a nightclub setting and have the top engineers come through. So last year we had Ben Thomas, Young Guru, Leslie Brathwaite, and other engineers, Ryan Schwab, a bunch of cats came through and shared their knowledge, opened up sessions on stage and walked through some of the biggest records that they worked on and mixed. And it's a big party. So we're doing it again in Atlanta, July 25th and 26th this year. So make sure y'all ready to come and party in ATL and get some mixing knowledge at Mixn. We still on the search and never stop. NAMM 2025. We at the Soed exhibit with my man Mark. Mark, what is going on with these colorful, beautiful microphones, man?
Man, it is crazy.
I see y'all all about the flavor.
Dude, we're trying to do something different.
Okay.
Soyuz, it's all handmade, hand machined.
Okay.
We're one of the only mic companies makes our own capsules.
Yeah.
We try to just make something inspiring, make something inviting. This year we're showing off our new mic pre. We've been making mics for 10 years. Everyone says, Mark, Soyuz, what's the best preamp for my Soyuz mic? We decided to make that.
Okay.
So it's all our own transformers on the input, output, gives you a lot of color, character.
Yeah.
It's not super heavy-handed, so it's not going to sound like this kind of color. It just gives you vibe and mojo.
What is there a particular style mic pre that you would say that this could compare to?
Yeah, it's like a hi-fi 1073. So It gives you that kind of tasteful warmth and musical vibe.
I love it. I love it. I want something like this in my rack in the studio because everything's all black and monotone looking, man. Like this, it look like it's exciting. It brings excitement
this
back.
paired with this guy right here, it's just kind of like, this is the cheat code. This is the studio cheat code.
My wife would love this. Like, you know, this is aesthetics, man.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, it's all solid brass, all hand machine. This is our tube mic. It's
What's
pretty
it?
sweet.
Which mic is this?
That's the 17 tube.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make all your own capsules. This one is a tube mic. What about this one? What's
Yeah, this was a custom mic we did just to kind of show that we can do special limited editions.
Okay.
This one's a bit darker, so this one's kind of like, it's called the bomblet, and it kind of sounds like a ribbon meets a condenser, has like a bit of a darker, smoky vibe to it.
Nice,
It's
man.
cool.
So we need to get the wavy custom mic going on soon.
We can do it, man.
The wavy Soed collaboration coming soon.
I'm in. Let's do it. Let's try it out.
What else y'all got over here? Like, what else? I think is this the same joint?
This is the FET version.
The FET, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
so to give you kind of a vibe of what this might sound like, it's not a clone, but imagine you're going through an old studio from the 70s and you open a closet and you find like an old U87 that hadn't been touched for 40 years.
Okay.
That's kind of what this sounds like.
Okay,
It sounds
nice.
like that finished vibe, but it's not bright, it's not harsh, it's just done.
It's
done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Fits in any mix type of.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is the regular version of the blue one we just saw.
Okay.
And then this is our little kind of do-it-all workhorse mic. Kind of throw and go. Need a guitar amp, need a vocal, need a kick drum. It's just easy, boom.
Can I take a listen? Obviously you got like some
Yeah, man, it's all set up now. People, the end of NAMM here, and everyone's grabbing all our stuff and taking off with it. So, yeah, give it a shout. Let me hit you up
this down right here.
with this. Make sure this isn't gonna blow out your ears. Yeah, check this guy right here. This is the FET version.
Okay. Wow. Look, my voice is like almost gone, so I'm hearing like every little rasp in my voice right now. Oh man, I like this mic. I like this. That's nice. That's really nice.
It's cool, man.
It's
Yeah.
got a lot of detail, a lot of character.
Yeah, and well, check this
Very
guy out too.
upfront sound.
So we made this right when COVID hit. You know, we're
Okay.
all musicians first, and we make mics to pay the bills.
Yeah.
This is our inline pre, but it takes the same transformer that's in our mics. So pair this with an SM7B, a dynamic, and it's not just like, you know, one of those inline gain boosters. This is like going through an old school console. So this gives you more color and character and really opens up the sound of your mic.
Okay.
So like, you know, if you're like a bedroom producer, just got a simple setup, go into this into your interface, it's done.
There you go. Add a little more character. Turn turn a cheaper microphone, make it sound a little bit more premium.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of, you know, whatever inspires you. You know, like you'll never hear us say that our mics are better than anybody else's. It's just whatever fits your vibe, whatever fits your flavor, and we're just trying to do something different, man.
Dope, man. So, what kind of price points can consumers expect to kind of see from these mics, like this lineup? Where y'all at?
Yeah, it's kind of, it runs the range anywhere between 500 to 5,000.
Okay.
So, like I said, but what you're
So,
getting,
like this tube, the tube version,
yeah,
which is a big baby right here. This motherfucker's heavy. Okay.
that's solid brass right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much would I be looking at for this?
4,500.
4,500. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then, so for example, like this guy over here is 800. And the way that we do that, you know, is not by cutting corners. We took this capsule and then this body, so the body of our tube, and we machined it like this. Nice. So anywhere we can do to kind of, you know, makes things
changing
simple.
the materials a little bit. But
Not
keep it-
even, still handmade, man.
Okay.
It's all,
Nice.
yeah.
Beautiful, man. All right. Where your products sold? Where can we find them?
Everywhere, every retailer, anywhere you'll find gear, or just hit us up at Soyuz and we'll personally connect you.
All right, look, hopefully, you know, I got the Wavy Pro Audio store, so I see my partner over there talking to your partner, maybe we're going to be able to send you out a Wavy Pro
Let's
Audio
do it.
and get the Soyuz, man.
I'm
Especially
in.
that custom Wavy one.
Let's do it. All right, well, I guess we're already there, so let's do it.
Thank you.
Great to meet you, man.
Yeah, it's good to meet you. I just want to start this off by saying that one of my greatest mentors, man, he introduced me to Peluso microphones maybe like almost like 10 years ago.
Fantastic.
And like, you know, I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, but this is one person that I admire a lot, and he's always says, yo, the Peluso, I put that shit on everything.
What Peluso microphone did he
I
get
think
you
it's
going
the
first
47.
time?
I believe it's,
47?
yes.
We make two 47s.
Okay.
One we call it the LE, one we call it the SE.
Okay.
And they both have steel jacketed tube in them.
Yep.
The LE one has the tube from it's the German tube. It's
Okay.
an EF14, like a Telefunken EF14 tube.
Yeah.
Those steel jacketed tubes give it
that second harmonic content that makes it sound like a 47.
Nice.
It's just nothing quite like it.
Okay, and what's the difference between the LE and the SE?
The SE one has the American style bass tube, which is actually a Russian tube with a different bass than the 12 does, or that the EF12 has.
Okay.
And so with that tube, basically, it's a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
Like the noise floor is just a touch quieter, so a lot of people perceive it to be having a little bit more high end, just because a little less hiss means you're hearing a little more of the top end.
Okay.
But other than that, they're the same top to bottom.
Okay,
They're the
okay.
Same top to bottom.
Yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of interesting stuff. Tell me about the P24.
All right, that's our newest model. We
There
just
we
released
go.
that one. That is an amazing microphone. Okay, so what we got here is two CK12 capsules.
Yes.
We got two independent circuit boards. We've got two output transformers. It all runs through a single tube.
Okay.
You can rotate the head grill
Wow.
180 degrees. You go 180 degrees, you can put them both in cardioid, and we could do ourselves a duet. You'd have a channel, I'd have a channel.
Okay.
You can
nice.
do kind of your standard.
Can we also
kinda-
like do like a mid-side thing? I have a vocalist, and then we got like a.
You called it. See,
Yeah.
I was just going to show you.
Yeah.
You got a mid-side you could do. You could do a Blum line if you put them both in figure 8. You could put them both in cardioid, do an XY. You can spread that XY out a little bit, call it a wide cardioid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of possibilities.
Nice.
One of the things you can do with it, the way you work it, is you've got a power
There we go.
supply,
Yeah.
and each channel has
Oh wow.
9 index patterns that you can select
I love
from.
that. And
So
it
if
gives
you
you
want
two
to,
outputs.
you put them both to Blum line like that, and you got really strong rejection on the null points, right? So if you do that, you can have on the null point of a figure 8. There's almost complete rejection.
Wow.
So if somebody was playing guitar,
Yep.
you could take this capsule down to the guitar, this capsule to your voice.
Yeah.
You're going to ignore all the guitar.
Wow.
You're going to ignore all the voice. So you're going to have two separate channels together.
Wow.
Fantastic for drum overheads, really.
Yeah. I'm
Great
just thinking
room
about
mic.
even like I do a lot of vocal recording, so I'm thinking like
Yeah.
some creative vocal stuff where
Oh, yeah.
you know, I record how the front vocal and then maybe during the chorus allow some of that more ambient, you know, room tone to kind of hit the
Absolutely.
microphone
You
and
put
something like that.
Put that lower capsule in an omni position.
Yeah.
And then take that top capsule and put that in the cardioid position.
There we
And
go.
You're going to get a different proximity effect on the two capsules. So the one's going to have, with the omni, you're not going to get much proximity at all.
Yeah.
But with the cardioid, you're going to get a little more proximity effect. So if you come on it, you're going to get a little low end boost with one channel,
Right.
but the other channel is going to stay clear.
No, beautiful.
Blend it together because you got the two tracks.
That's right.
Exactly,
That's
and you
right.
get to mix it in. So
Okay, I got something for you. I got something for you.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
check this.
Show
Okay,
me
so this is
something.
our PS1. The PS1 is our solution to the common stage mic.
Okay.
All right. Take the head grill off of here. If this thing is like anything, it's like a 414. It's got a large diaphragm condenser.
Wow.
The circuit on it is very similar to a 414.
Yeah.
It's internally shock mounted.
Okay.
So this has a post that goes down to there and it rides on two little silicone discs.
Okay.
It's got a pad in here. You hit that pad, it drops you down about 18 dB, just enough to match the gain structure of a dynamic mic.
Okay.
It's got a high and a low roll off. A lot of people are going to not know that this is a condenser. They're
Yep.
going to heat that mic, they're going to get down it, they're going to be blowing plosives all over the place.
Right.
You hit that low end roll off, it's going to temper all those plosives back.
Nice.
It's super detailed, very clear. It's got a narrow cone,
Yeah.
right? So it doesn't
Very
you
directional.
drop off on the side real
Yeah.
quick, but it's got a really deep throw.
Okay.
So you can come back, you can be right here, that's fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
You can get really intimate with it.
Yeah.
Or you come back here and you can belt it out.
Yeah.
And that mic has got you all the way.
That's awesome, man. Look like
And it's
y'all.
a full frequency response. So the response is fantastic, top to bottom.
That extra detail in the frequency response
Yeah.
lets you, the people in the audience can hear what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
They know they can understand the words.
Yes.
Right?
Which is
Because all
super
that
important.
detail, it's so important.
It is.
It makes a huge difference.
If there's vocals, we need to hear it.
Yeah.
You come back up on this one too.
Okay.
This is our 414.
Yeah.
This is essentially like the 1976 version 414 EB with the brass capsule.
Yep.
Essentially the inspiration for this one. Fantastic mic for just about everything. Awesome on drum overheads. A lot of people use it, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Avett Brothers. They use it
Yeah.
for the overheads and the drums.
Yeah.
And feel it. Don't hit anybody with that.
Is it steel?
Brass.
Brass.
That's brass,
Oh,
man. That's a chunk of brass right there.
This is a heavy microphone, man. Yo, beautifully designed. So y'all literally have a microphone for every occasion.
Pretty much.
Talk to me a little bit about the price points that consumers can expect to
So
see.
this is the vintage CE24s are,
Yes.
they're like 20 grand.
Yep.
This microphone is $4,000 MSRP.
Okay.
Streets for about $3,400.
Okay.
The 414, that one streets for I want to say about $1,250.
Okay.
$1,250.
Yes.
This mic is about $700 on the street.
Yeah.
Maybe like a vintage gang. Or
Okay. So what about the 47 LE that my good friend Adam Long would use?
That was about $3,000.
All right, Adam, I see you spent a nice little coin. I'm gonna have to talk to you about that.
That's the LE. You go down to the SE, you're gonna take about $700 off of that on the SE.
Okay, there we go, man.
Because that's the EF tube, EF12 tube, that German tube is a lot more expensive. They're a lot harder to find. We got a great quantity of them.
Yeah.
We got a supply, so if they ever go out, we got enough to last for decades and decades.
Nice.
But this one, those tubes are easier to source and a little less expensive. So.
Right on. And I see we have Mr. and Mrs. Peluso. Yo, great to meet you in person. Yes. So, Mr. Peluso, Mrs. Peluso, I just want to know, like, what was your inspiration into getting into the microphone business?
I was a recording engineer for a very long time,
Yeah.
and we moved to Virginia,
Okay.
and
And you start tinkering.
I've been custom building mics for years,
Yeah.
and I worked for an ex-Neumann physicist, and he taught me everything there was to know about Neumann mics and how they were built,
Yes.
and gave me his original notebooks and the Neumann in-house manual.
Okay, awesome, man. I love to see a family business. So I know that there's a lot of quality and love going into these products. So thank you. Thank y'all so much for showing me what
Thank
you got.
you so much for coming by
it's been a
today and
pleasure.
checking us
Thank
out
you.
and
Thank
sharing
you.
the love.
Great to meet you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So here we go at the Telefunken exhibit. NAMM, we almost at the end of NAMM. I'm sad, but my voice is gonna be happy because you can hear it. It's almost out of here. But look, Connor, what is Telefunken debuting new? What's special? What's exciting for NAMM 2025?
I'll tell you, our newest thing right here is our TF17 mic right here.
Okay.
So the idea is that we're getting a mic that sounds a lot like our U47, which is known by everybody, you know?
Everybody know
But
that.
it's not the easiest to afford, right? It's $10,000. Sometimes you don't want to do that. You still want to get a good mic.
Yes,
so we
indeed.
started doing this right here. So this is the TF17 FET microphone. So it's our first time not doing a tube large diaphragm condenser.
Okay.
It's in a small package. It's less than $1,000. It's great for people that are trying to get into the brand but still want Telefunken quality.
Okay, let me just give it a little
Yeah,
listen
give it a
real
listen, man.
quick.
Give it a listen.
Yeah. Check. Sounds super clean. Even on the NAMM floor, man. Like I'm picking up detail. Yeah, baby. All right, I like that. So what kind of price point you say this was at?
$895.
$895, and you getting a U47 sound, man. Let's get it. What else y'all got? Go.
Here's a similar idea. Let's go down the track here. So this one, same idea right here. So this is more based on our 251. So if you want something that's more like a pop vocal with that sizzly top end, well, here you go, same price point.
All right. check. Oh, it definitely has a lot more top end, a lot more brightness. You know, this like you said, pop vocals, singing, super clean right here. Again, I like that sheen. So yes, 251 C800 style sharpness.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. If you make it pop, this might be the one, man. Awesome. So, and then we got a couple more, M82.
Yeah, sure. So M82s, this is more for kick drums.
Okay.
So if you have a band, you got a kick and you want it to sound huge and tough, we can mic that too with this, you know? But this is the mic for that, man. You want a really strong sounding kick that doesn't break apart like some, I won't trash any other mics, but some break apart. This one, super clean, a lot of headroom. It can handle most things.
What kind of SPL load can we take on here?
129, I think is max.
Okay. Look, I like the fact that
I might even have
it tells you here, end address. They point to it. That's a big problem that a lot of like beginning engineers they might face. Like I mix a lot of records that I'm like, bro, when I get the recordings, is your microphone backward or something? Like, something is weird happening. And a lot of times, like, all right, get on FaceTime, show me your setup. I'm like, oh, your microphone is, you're addressing it.
Yeah, you're not even looking at it.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
No,
awesome.
Foolproof right there, you know what I mean?
Yes. Grab one of these pins, y'all snatch it
Yeah,
up.
please.
Look. Being Telefunken swag. Okay, and then we got a few like handheld performance stage mics.
Yeah. You want Telefunken quality? We got it for stage 2. You know,
Okay.
so we have 2 versions right here. We have the M81 and this is the M80.
I have a M80. I
do?
love
Okay,
that
cool.
one. What's different about the M81?
Much darker.
Okay.
So, you know, a lot of microphones will have this kind of thing for live where it has that little mid-bite 3 to 5 kilohertz hump, you know?
Yeah.
This one's virtually flat, so it gives you more to work with. You're more starting at flat as opposed to taming the beast with this. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So usually engineers tend to like this more. It gives a lot more headroom and more play, you know?
Check. Yeah. Oh. This is super clean for
It's very different, you know?
Yeah, man. I like it. And then we got like, you know, a pencil mic here, a little overhead.
Yeah, M60. So this is for overheads. The whole idea is, you know, if you want something very specific miking,
Yes.
very directional, go right on it. Super quick on transient. So if you want something that's recorded and sounds very close to what it actually sounds like,
Yes.
that's the mic right
Okay.
there.
Right on, man. Sweet. Is there anything else that Telefunken is debuting?
I mean, tons of the big boys, but they're pretty crowded, you know? This is what we're known for over
I
here.
feel
So
you. But this is the new stuff, and this is probably one of the most exciting. A lot of my audience, they do home recording, home studios, and I know y'all not trying to spend $10,000 on a microphone. So, if you're not, we got some great alternatives with Telefunken, man. Counter, thank
absolutely.
you so much, man.
Thanks for coming by,
That's
man.
love.
Genuinely.
Right on. All right, y'all. So now we're over with Audix with Chris. Chris, what is Audix doing, man? A couple years ago, we did a really dope review on your mic. Y'all see it in my videos all the time. It's the PX.
PDX 720.
The PDX 720. Look, but I call it the wavy gold boy because they customize it for me and it's sitting on my desk, and that's how we rock with it. It's the wavy 720. All right, but Audix, man, what y'all showing this year at NAMM 2025?
Yeah, our new stuff we have. We're known for a lot of things, but one of the things we're most known for is our drum mics.
Okay.
Our D6 is probably our most famous or asked about mic. So we released our D6X, and it's basically to make a more versatile version of our kick drum mic. It has the original D6 sound, exactly the way the mic was, and then 2 flatter filter options. So if you want to use it for like jazz gigs or horns or bass amps or guitar amps, and just make it a little more versatile.
Yeah.
Also, too, we released 3 new mics for handheld vocal family of ours called the OMX mics. We have our OMX-E, OMX-M, and OMX-T. These are basically live, wired handheld microphones. And basically, we wanted to make it really easy for a vocalist or an engineer to choose the right mic easily for a different vocalist or a different singer. So the E is more of an expanded mic for a singer that maybe wants to, vary their mic technique, and it gets a little forgiving, so they can engage with the audience. The M is a little bit tighter, so like singer-songwriters, that sort of thing. And then our T is for less than ideal environments or loud environments where you want incredible gain without feeding back. And to keep this quick, and but most importantly, or not most importantly, but importantly, we also released a mic to our PDX line, which he had reviewed before. It's our 520. So it's now a family of microphones.
Is that over here?
Yeah.
Let's step by it.
So, Wavy, you were nice enough to check this mic out for us initially.
Yep.
This is a very high-end studio dynamic microphone for various options and various uses. But what we wanted to do is focus a little more on purely vocal. So we added to the same family, you can tell by looking at it cosmetically, but we added a little more protection inside the grill for voice. So to help with plosives, sibilants, it also still has the magnetic back with
Which I love.
Yeah, with some EQ features, but simpler options, and it's a little bit more affordable. So it kind of gets people into the area where they're looking for a vocal mic for, singing, broadcast, streaming, those types of things. They can get into that realm and get started with our stuff. So
okay, awesome, man. Yeah. So even though this one's more affordable, what's the price point that this 520 is coming in?
This is at $499. So
$499. Okay. Yeah. Right on, man.
Yeah.
Listen, Audix, I already rock with it. I got the PDX 720, the Wavy 720, as I call it, right? But Audix, thank you, Chris.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming by.
Ocean Audio, what's new for NAMM 2025, man?
Well, actually a lot.
Okay, that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this very nice painting on the wall.
Okay. Wow, I like that.
Michelangelo
yes.
painted our next poster because it's a masterpiece.
It must be a masterpiece.
Right. So
is this the masterpiece that we're looking at?
And it's exactly that. So We launched this here at NAMM. It's brand new.
Okay.
It's the top of our line. It's so many features in there, like very selected CKR12 capsules.
Okay.
We are handmade in Vienna, as you know.
Yes.
Everything's handmade in Vienna. So I want to tell you about a few features.
Okay.
So actually, we've given it a very fast electronic. So it helps you for very fast transient replication.
Yeah.
That gives you a very natural sound to fast swinging acoustic instruments, voices.
Yeah.
So that's why we call it OCS 10 for solo. It's rather not an orchestra microphone, it's rather a soloist microphone. Right?
Okay, so a lot of detail.
A lot of detail to it. Then of course we made it, as you already know, from the 818
Okay.
into our, let's say, environment where you can record both capsules that are in there separately.
Yes, that's always been a great feature with the 818.
Yes, so you have now 2 XLR outputs in here, right? I don't know if you see that there, but now you can record on standard XLR.
Yeah.
You can't do a mistake because when you plug in the main cable,
Yep.
you have the dual output of that, so you can switch here, and you might want to try. It switches here very smoothly.
Wow.
On a ring. All the patterns you might want to select. But of course, now that the main cable is locked in,
Yep.
the protection for the second one goes up, and now you can put a second cable in.
Okay.
But you can't do it by mistake, which
Okay.
is important, right?
Yep.
Because otherwise, if you only have the second cable in, you would listen to the rear side of the mic.
Aha.
Not a good idea.
Nah,
And of course, you have all the attenuation. You have the low cut filters in there, right? Which you switch very smoothly by these, by the way, magnetic switches.
Yes.
So they're not really like contact switches.
Okay.
So no matter how many thousand times you do that, they don't wear out, right?
Okay.
Because it's magnetic switches.
Awesome.
Another news to it, and you want to probably touch that, is a metal foam.
Yeah, I see. This is a very interesting kind of pop filter. Is this is this made of metal?
It is a metal foam.
Okay, a
And
metal
if
foam.
you hold it against the light, you can see it's very transparent.
Yeah.
So what it does, it is completely frequency neutral, and it looks nice on your cap.
Nice.
So it
Wow.
doesn't damp any high frequencies. You don't lose any of the frequencies.
No,
It goes
and
magnetically on there.
That's beautiful. It's a little magnetic.
So yeah, I mean, overall, it's really what's doable on a high precision condenser microphone.
Yes.
With a great ceramic CKR12 capsule.
Wow.
And it's shipping in April.
Okay.
So it's a few weeks from now.
I need to try this out in my studio.
Try this out.
Can I hear it out?
Sure, of course. So have a listen to it.
All right.
And I'll film the smile of this gentleman.
All right. You got is this the preamp? No, this the gain here. Yeah. Okay. Now we getting a little volume. Yeah. That sounds super clean. And then, so this switch to change the polar pattern.
Yes.
This works for both. The capsule just changes, right? So you got the front and the back capsule.
Well, basically, you change the pattern by changing the mix of the capsules to each other.
Okay.
Right. So we change the voltage to the capsules, and so it's of course fully analog audio path.
Right.
There's nothing digital in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see how that check. Checkity. Okay, and then if we had the second one in.
So if you now put it to the... Oh, it's a figure of 8 already? Yeah, it is. So now you can talk.
And on this side.
And now we can have a great interview and talk both and you
with just one microphone.
One microphone.
Awesome. Or we can switch it to, let's see, Omni, and then we could be over his side or over anyway and have a similar experience.
Exactly.
Okay. Very cool, man.
So, I mean, this is really, really great. Just check it out, test it. I mean, it's basically shipping in April this year.
Let's do it.
For Prox 3K.
About 3K. That's
Yeah.
not a bad price for a premium microphone.
It is.
Yeah. Right on. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time. Thanks for passing by.
Okay, what we got cooking up? What's your name, by the way?
My name's Wake. I'm the founder of Soundbridge.
Okay, Wake. I'm Wayne. So, again, another plus on your book, okay? Let's
All right.
go. What is Soundbridge?
So Soundbridge has been a passion project of mine for the last 10 years. I'm 34 now. I started developing this when I was 24. There's thousands of features built in the Soundbridge, but we're just trying to create a DAW. I like to call it the Boss Multi-Effects pedal of DAW, something where we put you in the ballpark to have a great time. Grouping a track is super intuitive, just selecting some tracks and hitting group. There's essentially no right-click menu options in this entire thing. So we bring all of the essential parameters to the front of the interface so you can focus on your composition and arrangement, which in our opinion makes up 90% of a great mix. So we just want you to focus on the music and not be distracted. We've been developing this for about 10 years now. We have over 720,000 users and we're gaining around 10,000 users a month. And we have a mixture of brand new people coming in. This is their very first DAW, but we also have a lot of people having spent 10, 15 years in FL Studio, Ableton. They haven't really hit their audio quality goals, so they're coming out to us and they're making music they've never been able to make before. So there's thousands of features in here, but last year we implemented complete cinema-grade film scoring capabilities. So we introduced the video track.
Okay.
Every element of the sequencer can scrub the video in real time, MIDI notes, automation points, blocks for precise placement. You can put any track in the linear time mode, so you can do complete cinematic film scoring with sound effects, as well as music of varying tempo and time signature automations. So you could score an entire film in here if you wanted to. We introduced also these cool way of introducing comments. So now we have comment lanes on every track. You just go here, you can just draw a comment like that, select it, double click it, select it. But these are not just comments. These are what we call teleprompter comments. So you can write your lyrics directly in here, all right?
Okay. Nice.
And you can adjust the speed of playback. You can also adjust the size of teleprompter comments. We also improved our audio comping quite a bit. We included a link function on our group track so you can link multiple tracks to do your vocal comping. It's a very similar style to Pro Tools. I might be able to show you that a little bit. So I'll just create 2 audio tracks over here like this. I'll just highlight them and group them. This link button will group the 2 tracks. I'll just select the metronome to record. Let me zoom in a little bit. Right. Let me just get a single measure here. Okay, so I'm just going to record in a loop for a little bit. And this is just recording the metronome just to show you how the feature works.
Yep.
This triangle indicates that you have unseen takes.
Gotcha.
So now I can open up these takes are here.
Okay, like a playlist?
Yeah, exactly. So it's exactly just like playlists. I can take the snap off, for example, and that's being cut on both takes. And you can, do your audio comping, move that up, make a compilation. You can adjust the Z order of the blocks like this. So if you want this or that on top, and it's going to apply it to both tracks. You can do this for every track in the group, just audio tracks or just MIDI tracks or none at all.
Okay.
So those are 3 major things we just implemented last year.
That's dope. So you say you have how many active users right now?
Active users, we have 720,000 registered accounts.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. And how much does this cost?
All right, so you can get everything we create. We create a DAW, we have a drum machine, we have an arpeggiator. These are all of our effects. They're developed by Z-Plane, the people that make the elastic stretch algorithm. Yeah. You can get everything for $10 a month. We do have lifetime licenses, so it'll be $180 for the DAW, $140 for the drum machine, and $90 for the arpeggiator.
Okay, man. Which dog are you trying to take out the game with this?
Oh, man. We're just trying to pave our own way and really, write our own book, to say.
Okay. All right, man. Thank you so much for showing me.
Thank you so much.
I like it. I'd love to check it out, man. You got a card or anything?
I just ran out of cards. I've been passing them out all day. Let me, here's my phone.
You got his contact already? Okay, man. He already got it.
Great,
So,
we're in contact.
We'll
just email
and make it happen.
Let's do it.
All right, sweet.
All right, I'd love to
Good
collaborate in
meet
the
you.
future again.
Thanks, man. All right, y'all. NAMM is over. They trying to kick us out. And look, I got a whole bunch more wavy bucks to give away. So this is what we gonna do. If you can guess how many wavy bucks, man, now how much money this is in wavy bucks. Now look, they $20 a piece. If you can guess how much money this is in wavy bucks, my partner Xavier said we're gonna give you 100, but look, I'm gonna do $200 to the Wavy Pro Audio Store. $200 for the first comment that gets the closest to how many wavy bucks, how many dollars in wavy bucks this is, right? Matter of fact, we're gonna add some more wavy bucks. We're gonna make it rain wavy bucks, all right? Listen, yo, shout out to NAMM. Shout out to you for checking this out, man. This is the day 3 video. I'm Wavy Wayne from WavyProAudio.com. Stay tapped in, man. We got way more NAMM coverage. Even though the day 3 is over, we got exclusive panels, exclusive interviews that you still ain't seen yet, and I'm gonna show you, man. Let's go.